Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome to another sneak preview episode type thingy, and also a warning for anybody playing Dragon Reborn. Yeah, just a heads up, this game is a scam. This is basically like beta version of Koa with spending enabled, only for Indians. You can download it by sideloading it through APK Pure, but you won't be able to get updates very easily. You'd have to go back to APK Pure and download them manually. It seems like the value ratio is like 4-to-1 or maybe more. You need like dineros in order to upgrade stuff, and I'll show you that just for fun in a few minutes. But for the King of Avalon audience, which is what most people watching this probably are, and I'm probably going to do a clickbait title that is for King of Avalon, here's a sneak peek at NS3. So, NS3, what is coming? Well, in the next week or two, as Nether Fart Rain, wraps up, one of the key rewards for that is the NS3 heroes. So, well, it's coming. And what do? This is what they do. And I'm going to talk a little bit about heroes to try and go in depth. And if you don't mind, please share this video with friends, because if you like my videos, if you like the content I do, and you want me to actually make good content, you guys have to share it, because if things get more views, it kind of encourages me. Otherwise, I just like trolling King of Avalon. Not you guys. I love my fans. I mean the developer company. So if you want helpful tutorials, kind of, it's a give or take thing. So yeah, hit subscribe and like, and please share it with your kingdom and friends. The more my videos get shared, the more it annoys Fun Plus as well. That's the other thing. Like anytime you drop like one of my YouTube links in like a kingdom chat or like that kingdom horn spam thingy, they will go nuts. So with that out of the way, let's try and give you some useful information about heroes. Spoiler, let's just cut straight to the end. I think these are wall heroes, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute, because I actually didn't know how to do this, and it was, yeah, kind of stupid. So I think I can do it from this janky account, but whatever. So here we go. The health of infantry led by Cartagen will increase by 1,000% if your dragon is accompanying your troops. Your infantry will increase the defense by 450%. So, okay. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, who doesn't want, a boatload more increase of stuff for your infantry? I mean, less infantry dying means that troops get to attack more, generally speaking. Okay? But your dragon has to be accompanied, and this kind of ties into the theory that, it's a defensive focused thing. And here we go to Maddock, who kind of looks like let's just call him non-binary. Yeah, I think it's a girl, but with like a boy's. Yeah, I think this is a girl. We'll just call him non-binary. Double strike. What's this? Infantry led by Maddock will have a 20% chance to counter-strike when they are under attack, dealing 3,200% of their base damage to the enemy. While at the same time ignoring their defenses. This counter-strike can be used up to 5 times each round. Interesting. So, this is like the maximum stuff. Like, these previews are like the 6-star previews. So, when it unlocks at 1 star, it's probably just janky crap, but we can't actually see that. So, cavalry defense. Okay, up to 700%. Bowman defense, 700%. Cavalry health. Bowman health. Cavalry attack. And a bow attack, 700%. I mean, those are all pretty respectable numbers. And they have to make this a defensive hero because, hold on, let's see. Can be activated by selecting 2. Sorry, I'm kind of thinking while I make this video. So I didn't know what this is. I don't think I've seen this before. Resonance type, gallantry. Activation requirements can be activated by selecting gallantry heroes. Okay, so yeah, this doesn't have that. Huh. I don't know. But I know that when you equip like two heroes that are complementary, that things, yeah. So wall defenses, and you put the heroes here. This is how you actually choose your heroes for your defending stuff, and they can't actually be in a march. So if those heroes are in a march, that basically comes up with like donut or nothing. I don't know exactly how it works. So if you garrison some heroes, whatever. So that's why I think that they're going to be defensive only, and not particularly good for attacking. However, I mean, like really, you want your infantry to survive, and again, so I don't know. I mean, but infantry attacking, that doesn't exactly, super entice me. I'm not sure what to think. Maybe you do like one attack hero and then one defensive. Now we come into something that I think is a little bit more janky and fishy. You guys may agree with me or maybe not, and to be honest with you, I'm a little bit on the fence on it. So let's go back to the heroes and talk about which heroes do I currently use and why I don't use one hero. Now here's the deal. I've seen people using Brutus. This is pretty clear. And I've seen people using Glory Holus. Now, this combo I thought wasn't correct. I thought they were using Glory Holus because they just didn't want to spend and, dumpster fire. And I don't blame people. Like, why spend on dumpster fire when you have another hero already? I thought that was the reason. But I really hammered this out in Spire for a good 3 hours the other day when I had T13. When I first got T13, I'm like, okay, let's go fiddle with the March. Let's see what T13 can do. What's the counter to them? Stuff like this. And I found in my pretty much exhaustive search of heroes that Brutus and Glory Holus are the two heroes that I like best. Let me tell you why. Because Glory Holus helps your surviving troops ratio, and it helps keep your infantry alive. You might be thinking, why is that like a thing? So here's why. These troops somehow take pressure off of your infantry, so they just end up having a better surviving ratio, and then these guys get to attack the... Okay, so let me back up. I think that what happens is that these guys attack the other guy's troops in advance. So let's say that they attack 20% of the other guy's troops in advance, and that percentage means that those troops don't attack the infantry. So it means that the infantry had an easier time. I think that's kind of how it's working in layman's terms. Okay? So it basically means like the counterattack takes up an attack so that the infantry have less burden on them, making them, when the real attack happens, taking the load. Anyway, so this kind of helps with basically keeping your troops alive. And a win ratio is all that matters, or a kill to death ratio is all that matters in determining whether you won or lost an attack. That's it. If you send one troop and he survived, it's 100% kill to death surviving to death ratio, and you will always win. That's why you can send like one troop, against, big, a little farm or something like that. Anyways, you guys kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about here. Now, here's a deal with NS2, and this is where it gets even more complicated. So if all of your infantry is going to die no matter what, like you're sending an attack towards an immovable object, here's where I would recommend dumpster fire. Because dumpster fire does in fact help kill more troops. So if, regardless of what is going to happen, your infantry's all going to die, then you may consider dumpster fire. I don't know. I'm still on the fence on this. However, With this guy, he boosts cavalry. So instead of doing really, really bow heavy, you go to kind of a different march. With all NS2, I go super bow heavy, and the T13 just go crazy. Those, the T13 bowmen just go nuts. And other tiers of bowmen do a little bit better. But with this guy in there, the cavalry do a lot better. And it kind of balances things out a little bit more, in my opinion. So you have one bow and one cav, instead of being really bow heavy. And this is just like anecdotal evidence, I mean, I haven't exhaustively tested all different potential circumstances, because you have, 1v1, like you're hitting somebody else, maybe on a tile, or, you're alone on a tower and they're going to hit you. So you've got a circumstance like this. You've got a circumstance where you're hitting somebody's house, where there's actually a defense mechanism, defenses coming into place, a solo hit or a rally hit. And then you have rally versus rally. So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, if you see my marches, you're going to see I'm using Glory Holus, and he's like 1 star. And I have this dumpster fire up to 4 stars. And I just found, just by testing it, that I got more consistent performance results from a 1-star Glory Holus than a 4-star dumpster fire. Just saying. And I was hitting a pretty strong target. The target I was testing with is basically a top 10 player in KOA, and my stats are probably not top 100. If they're top 200, maybe, And I was able to do like Tricky March plus like different heroes, and I got the kill ratio, and I have like a screenshot proof of this. I think like it ended up being, he killed 400,000 of my troops, and I killed like 370 or 380,000 troops. But because he was sending 700,000, maxed out all buffs, and we're doing this Inspire, and I was sending like 650k or something like that. I don't remember these exact numbers. It was close, but the kill to death ratio was super close. I almost won. Seriously, almost won with the 2 different heroes. And again, this isn't going to be every time the march happens, because, well, percentage of chance, you effectively start gambling, yada, yada, yada. You guys get the idea. But I mean, like, to even get that close was ridiculous. And so that's my recommendation. I think NS3 is going to be basically pure defense, put them on the wall, don't send them in a march. And these 2 guys are going to be the ones that I continue to use for trying to attack. Unless I know all my infantry is going to die no matter what, and then I'd probably swap out to dumpster fire. That's my take on this. You guys may or may not agree. I don't know. But yeah, I couldn't show this in KOA because in KOA you can't see NS3 heroes yet, so I had to go over to Dragon Reborn. If you watch this entire video, be careful about that. It's region limited to like India and Pakistan or something like this. It's from the same developer as King of Avalon, but it's a complete scam. So if you happen to stumble across my videos or anything like that, don't spend in the game. It's basically beta. They're using India to beta test King of Avalon. To me, that's a scam. Just saying. So be careful. Anyway, I love you guys. Hopefully this video is okay. I think it's going to be a little bit longer than normal. But, trying to give you guys some useful information. So there we go. All right. Toodly Pipsky.